I was on my way to confess my feelings to my dream guy when I got mugged. The mugger tore up the 90+ love letters I'd written for him, so I broke 3 of the mugger's ribs. The next day, we both ended up on the local news. My dream guy, Henry, sent me a text, "Innocent little wallflower, huh? Savage." I'd been playing the part of a delicate, innocent wallflower. The first 15 days were my trial and error phase. I engineered a series of coincidental encounters with him, trying out a different persona each time. I went from the cool, aloof ice queen to the adorable, bubbly girl next door, from a sun-kissed, athletic type to a calculating, dark academia genius. I was on the verge of developing a personality disorder, but he treated me like I was thin air. Then, by a stroke of luck, my roommate stayed up all night binging an old-school billionaire romance series. She swore to me that cold, ruthless man like Henry all had a secret weakness for clumsy, fragile girls. So, on day 16, I dressed myself in the plainest, most unassuming clothes I owned and accidentally stumbled right into him. He finally deigned to lift his head, his gaze sweeping over me with disinterest. Then he spoke the first words he'd ever said to me in 2 weeks. "Get off." The billionaire romance novels didn't lie. I was so moved I could have cried. And so, I kept up the innocent wallflower act for the next 3.5 months. Yesterday, my life as his #1 admirer took a dramatic turn. After stealing my nerves, I asked Henry out to a movie for the 50th time, and he actually said yes. That was basically a marriage proposal, right? In my head, I'd already picked out names for our second kid. My roommates rallied around me, treating the date like a top-secret military operation. The first spent 3 hours crafting a flawless, barely there, no makeup look. The second styled me in an immaculate, all-white outfit, the epitome of wallflower chic. The third channeled her inner drill sergeant, rigorously coaching my every word and gesture. As for me, I pulled an all-nighter, pouring my heart into 90 handwritten love letters for him. Our mission, to conquer Henry's heart and officially end my 2 decades of singledom. The next afternoon, with my roommates cheering me on, I floated out the door, my heart soaring. A beautiful, epic romance was just around the corner. On the way, I even stopped by an arcade to get a fistful of tokens. A date isn't complete without winning a prize from a claw machine to really elevate the romance. And then, not long after I left the arcade, I ran into a mugger. The burly man held a knife to me, snatched my phone, and backed me into a dark alley, demanding I hand over all my money. Without a second's hesitation, I tremblingly scooped a handful of arcade tokens from my bag and offered them to him. The man flicked me hard on the forehead. "You trying to be funny with me?" He expertly snatched the tokens from my hand and stuffed them into his pocket. "All of it. Don't make me get it myself," he growled, his face a mask of menace. I shakily offered him another handful of tokens. The mugger stared at me. He took the tokens, then flicked my forehead again, harder this time. The force of it nearly brought tears to my eyes. "You're broke. I only targeted you because I saw you leaving the arcade with your bag stuffed full." He started rummaging through my bag himself, a hint of regret in his voice. "You didn't look very closely," I thought, rolling my eyes. My bag was already bulging when I went in, thanks to the 90 love letters. The mugger pulled out 3 more handfuls of tokens. Furious, he flicked my forehead again, this time with the full force of his frustration behind it. Tears finally streamed down my face. "That's all the money I have," I sobbed. He refused to give up. He felt a side pocket and pulled out a small, folded card. On it was written, "Your eyes, like stars, shining so bright. One look and I fell into their light. Don't you worry, it feels so right. Maybe this was destiny's might. I can't look away from you tonight." What the hell is this? I could see genuine, bizarre confusion in his beady little eyes. "It's a love letter I wrote," I mumbled, my face burning. He pulled out another one. "Like a chemical reaction, a fantasy forgiven by isolation. It must be your gentle gaze, setting my world ablaze. Warm